Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to more Battlefield 1. Today we're going to talk about a little bit about tanks. One of the major things that I heard during the Battlefield 1 open beta is, oh my god, please DICE, nerf, tank is OP, take it down, burn it with fire, kill it with fire, all that sort of shit. Well, one of the reasons why tanks are OP is because you're not dealing with them properly. Here's a few ways to deal with tanks on your own. You don't really need anybody else. If you do have the luxury of having a team that you speak to, or you have somebody on TeamSpeak, or you have somebody on Skype, that's even better. Is going to be even less time for you to take down a tanker. Now, I've never ever had a situation, and I played 24 hours or whatever of the beta, never once have I had a situation where somebody was going 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 0 with me on that team. Simple as that. Why? Because I knew to go for him and take him out. One of the big problems you have, once you see somebody dominating, it's pretty easy for you to press tab and look at the scores, and you'll see that that guy is dominating. Now, that guy is taking you out over and over again, so you need to deal with him early on, because the more you leave it, the more confident he's going to get, and the more he's going to wait for another tank. If you kill him while he has sort of 5 kills, 10 kills or whatever, he's probably not going to wait another 3-4 minutes for a tank to respawn, and he's just going to go and spawn on the field, and that's it. Then somebody else will get the tank. Probably the same thing again. He might not be a good tanker, he might not have good aim, whatever, he'll make some mistakes, so maybe he'll be easier to deal with rather than having that one guy who's good in a tank, know what he's doing, knows when to sort of retreat, when to back away from a fight. Things like that do happen on the field, and you need to pay attention to those sort of things. Now, once you've done that and you identify the potential threat to your team, even though tickets don't really count anymore, so having somebody in the tank going on a massive kill spree doesn't really affect the fight anymore. As long as he's not capping flags and he's in the middle of nowhere, it shouldn't really affect you too much. But you still don't want to be dying from the same guy over and over again just because he's in the tank and you think it's OP and he can shoot you a mile away. There are ways for you to deal with tanks. All you have to do is want it badly enough and it will happen. That's the same thing that happens with armored vehicles. You have the artillery trucks, you have the sort of the AA gun or whatever it's called. You have all those vehicles that basically are sort of mobile tanks that can actually repair as they're moving. So if you are moving one of those, if you haven't tried that before, yes, you can actually move without go forward and repair at the same time. All you have to do is just pay attention to the map, pay attention to what you're doing, spot as much as you can, and pay attention to your minimap from time to time where spotting is done. Lay down your mines. The reason you have the mines is for you to put them down. The C4 is kind of shit nowadays. It's not actually a C4, it's the dynamite. Well, the dynamite doesn't stick. For some reason, they've decided that that technology is just too important to have in Battlefield 1, which makes no sense since 99.9% of these weapons saw very, very little combat in the actual war, and 99.9% of the troops never actually saw these types of weapons used in World War 1. The sticky technology must be one of those things where they think, nah, we're not going to have any sticky, that's going to be a game breaker. So, yeah, no sticky technology. Remember those mines I put down? There you go, they're doing the job for you. All you have to do is know where the narrow spots are, know where your corners are, know where everything is. If you have to go in close, you spawn in next to a tank or whatever, put the mines behind him, in front of him. Try and sort of jump in front of him, jump behind him, make him make a mistake. Once he's made that mistake, he's not going to pay attention. He's just going to think, okay, well, I'll just kill this guy. Nab, I'll just go ahead and move forward. Of course, yep, you just got me first time around, and then 10 seconds later, bam, that's it. No longer a tank for you. It's just that simple. You have the snipers, you have the K bullets, you have the advantage of being at range with a K bullet. Do as much damage as you can to a tank. You might not be alone. I mean, I'm always playing alone, so I always have to do everything sort of my way because I'm thinking nobody's going to help and nobody's going to pay attention to what I'm doing. Everybody's fighting their own fight. But at the same time, if you do have somebody like me on your team and you're doing the same thing as me, then we're both going to do pretty much enough damage to take out a tank. If you have a benefit of having a team or having somebody in TeamSpeak or Skype or whatever, like I said before, then that's just going to be a hell of a lot easier. The way to deal with tanks, you need to keep them at distance, you need to use your mines. Like I said, the dynamite is pretty shit. The reason behind it is just simple. The sticky technology made things so much easier with tanks. Now you literally have to go next to him, throw it, move away a little bit, blow it up, throw another, and so on and so forth. It's just going to take too long, and all it takes for him is just to turn around, pop you in the face once, and that's it, you are done. So if you're struggling to take down tanks in the Battlefield 1 open beta and you're thinking, well, the full game's going to get released, tanks are going to get a nerf, still you're going to have the same problem. Even though tanks are going to get nerfed, there's still going to be powerful assets on the field and you need to tackle him straight away. Don't let him roam around playing his own game the way he wants to play it. Challenge him and you will be able to take him out. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one.